Hey there, Skillet here. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you clicking on the video. In this installment of the Remnant 2 Zero Rage boss fight guides, we travel to Losomn to fight Bloat King. Pause that. We've got to talk about a couple of things before we get into the fight itself. First is the Bloat King's location. He lives at the end of the Great Sewers, so if you're in the Great Sewers, you're about to face the Bloat King. The next thing to talk about is the character, and here he is. Just a straight out of the box, brand new gunslinger. Power level 1, no weapons leveled up, nothing equipped, no trait points. That's it. And finally, here's the map. And here's the part of the map where you'll fight Bloat King. You start right here. Bloat King starts over here on the ceiling. You're going to need to stay on this narrow, raised walkway so that you don't fall into the bloat-infested water below. That's it. Pretty simple. So back to the fight. See the difference in damage between those two shots? The lesson there is shoot this floating orb and not the Bloat King himself. Once you shoot it enough, you destroy its outer protective shell, and now you can shoot the little energy ball, and that does a lot more damage. It's the weak spot. But shoot quick, because as you can see, that ball retreats back into the Bloat King, and now the Bloat King starts his energy attacks. He has two, and this is the first one. It's a burst, like a lightning strike. And here comes the second, which is a sustained beam. And check that out. No damage at all. It seems, and I'm not really sure if this is how it works, but if you dodge out of the way of the initial hit of that beam, and you tuck into a pipe at, I guess, just the right angle, the beam doesn't touch you. Anyway, after a few energy attacks, Bloat King spits out two balls. Just pick one and start shooting it. Oh, and see this? That will burst near you and overload you, and you don't want that during the fight, so make sure you shoot it as soon as you see it. As the fight progresses, these little squishy sacks fall down from the ceiling, and sometimes they'll land on the walkway and drop ammo, so keep an eye out and make sure you stay restocked. Alright, here's some more energy attacks, and there it is again, tucking into the corner next to a pipe, and got some nice shelter from that beam. And as you're about to see, the pipes also give you good cover from those little balls that the balls shoot. Anyway, these things right here, and that pipe is good cover. Now, you never want to get hit if you don't have to get hit. But as you can see, these little energy wisps or balls, whatever they are, they don't really hurt you that much. The attacks you really have to worry about are the energy attacks and those larger projectiles that'll burst and cause the overloaded condition. As you're seeing, for a new character, this is kind of a long and drawn-out fight. It's not particularly hard, so just be patient, keep chipping away at it, and you'll be fine. Here's what happens when you don't get out of the way of Bloat King's energy attacks. There's the burst. There's a failed dodge, and ow! There's the beam. The good news is, once Bloat King's energy attacks are done, you do have a few seconds to heal, reload, or whatever, so take advantage. Bloat King telegraphs his energy attacks with both a visual and an audio cue. Visually, Bloat King's body is surrounded by a swirling glow, and as soon as that glow ends, you have a half second before the energy burst. But honestly, I never really use the visual cue. I use the audio cue, which is a little swing that you hear a half second before the energy burst. Now be careful, because sometimes you don't hear the sound. Congratulations! You just earned 500 scrap, 3 luminite crystal, a tome of knowledge, and some bone sap. Take that back to McCabe and she'll craft the voltaic Ranger weapon mod for ya. And there you have it, the Zero Rage guide for Bloat King. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you clicking on the video, and I have a favor to ask of you this time. If you have a boss that you'd like me to cover with the Zero Rage guide, please drop it in the comments below. I'd love to do it for you. Thanks again for watching. Be kind. GG's.